I get a lot of email, as some of you know, and a lot of it, sometimes we're just talking about how to warm up a bike. And right now, I'm warming this bike up. I've just left the truck. Literally turned the camera on like 20 seconds after leaving the truck. And the bike isn't warm yet, but I'm warming it up this way. I'm low RPMs. I'm not doing anything crazy. There's not a ton of load on the bike, but this is how I have found is the best way to warm these things up. Like I was having this conversation with this guy earlier, and he's like, I used the fast idle thing, and I let it, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. These TBI bikes, I don't worry about fast idle. I just start it. I might let it run for 30 seconds, but I don't start the bike until I'm ready to ride. Like all I'm doing when the bike is started is I'm just like strapping my helmet, and then I just take off and start to go. And that way I can get the bike to warm up quicker. I'm not like putting any extra, stress on the motor. I'm just letting it warm up while I shift through some gears and have a little RPM changes. And that way I'm not feeling my power valve up with unburnt oil / goo, and I'm not filling my silencer packing up with unburnt oil / goo. That's what that does if you just let these things idle. And then sometimes you can, foul plugs. And I've never, ever fouled a plug on a big bore two-stroke. The biggest bore that we've ever fouled a plug on, I think, was a 65 two-stroke. I don't think we ever fouled a plug on the 85s, and I've certainly never fouled it on a 125 or a 250 or a 300. And that's because I don't let them idle, So if you want to have a chat, if you have a question that you can't quite figure out or whatever, let's talk. I've got a link on my website. By the way, this is a bike that you can win. This is my 2025 KTM 250XC. I'm giving this bike away here in the month of June, and all you have to do to get entered to win this sucker is go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com. You can grab anything that I have over there, or then you can use my affiliate links to Rocky Mountain ATV, and you can buy anything they sell. They've got tens of thousands of products, and after you click on my link, you can buy anything they sell, and it gets you entered to win this bike. It's pretty sick. So there's only, a couple more months left, or a couple more weeks left in the month. So don't delay on that. This bike is really cool. I've just really enjoyed this thing, and the forks are incredible on the bike, and I put a radiator on it. I've got the digital radiator fan on this thing. It's got tubeless, so it's pretty slick. It's got a SXS slide plate on there, so that's the best you can get. I think it's got a rear disc guard on it too, and then maybe bar ends, and yeah, it's pretty sick. But the forks on these things are really cool. In 2024 and 2025, they have amazing spring forks on those bikes, and it's just cool. So yeah. But going back to having a call, I get a lot of people. It's just, especially when you're just getting into the sport, there's so many questions and there's so much information out there. It's like one of the problems that we have in this day and age is you don't know what to believe. And there's so many people saying so many different things, and it seems like it's conflicting information a lot of time, and a lot of times it is. And I just want to see if I can help you in any way possible. Because it's hard to get straight information from dealers. There are some dealers out there where they have some good information, but a lot of the time the dealers don't even ride. And then when you're just looking for information online, it's hard to know who to trust. I've never said I'm the best rider. I've never said I'm the fastest. I've never said I'm the best mechanic, but I've been doing this for a minute now. And if you are new to the sport, I'll probably be able to help you. If you've been riding for 25 years, then maybe you don't need to listen to me, and you're probably not watching these videos. But it's the thing that I think I've been able to help out the most with is just the guys that have been in the sport when they were kids or teenagers, and then had to take a break either for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and then they're coming back into the sport, and everything has changed. The bikes have changed, the tires have changed, the helmets have changed, the boots have changed, the gloves have changed. Everything has changed. And they're like, where do I start? And a lot of what I do is just help to calm you down and be like, hey, look, you just bought this motorcycle. You do not need to spend all this extra money on all these aftermarket parts. Almost none of the aftermarket parts are really that important, especially when you're just getting into this. Now, if you've been in it for a minute and you're trying to make the bike more comfortable, and we can go down that rabbit hole. But if this is your first, couple years on the bike, and even if it isn't, you'll get no better bang for the buck than gas and tires. And then after you get, let's say let's make sure that we've got the bike sprung for you properly, sprung for your weight. So if you're, heavier than the standard, we just want to make sure we can get somewhere between 100 and 110 millimeters of sag, depending on the bike. A lot of times I'll do about 105 millimeters. I think that's where I went on this 250XC is 105 millimeters with all my riding gear on. So we want to get the bike sprung properly for you so that you're doing that. And then beyond that, we want to make sure you have good tires on the bike. And then after that, you would be better off to just purchase some instruction, either online instruction. If you want, I can send you to some different people that have some really great online instruction, and then do some in-person instruction. You notice I just looked down right there, and it's like, I don't know if you noticed, my toes were pointed in. Like there's just some things that you can do on the bike to make yourself more efficient, and making yourself more efficient and having better body position and better technique will give you more bang for your buck than any aftermarket part you can put on the bike, so we want to have your bike sprung properly. We want to have fresh rubber, and I don't go more than 20-ish hours on my tires, especially not the rear. And certainly never over 30, but a lot of times I'm changing between 15 and 20 hours because that's where the rubber meets the road, and that's where you'll get the biggest bang for the buck. And then after that, I look at some of these guys, and it's like they've got $2,000 of aftermarket parts on their bike, but they've never done any like in-person trainings. And I still love in-person trainings, and I haven't ridden a ton in the last couple of years. Like I've ridden a lot less than I did before that, but I'm also not spending I'm not wasting like a boatload of money on all these parts that I know are not making me a better rider. What makes you a better rider is practice and instruction. That's what makes you better. That's the only thing you can really do to make yourself better is get instruction and then practice that. And then there, drills. There's a lot of different things that you can do, but like slapping something on your bike never, ever makes you better. So anyway, that's just me on my soapbox. I'll get off here and let you just kind of listen to this. I hate the mic sound on this GoPro that I'm using, so I haven't posted a bunch of the riding videos. And if I do, I've done a lot of voiceovers because I just hate the hollow, tinny sound. Yeah, let's get you entered to win this bike. Go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com, before the month of June is over. And we'll get you entered to win that sucker, either with my stuff on my website or anything the Rocky Mountain ATV sells. Okay. I appreciate you guys, and until next time, leave a single track. Thanks.
I've done a lot of maintenance up here. Cut out a lot of things. Bigger logs, and even just down to like brush. I've cut out a lot of brush in my time up here. Because some of that is required too.